Hi, this is Glenda, and today I will be attempting to make an acrylic pour style soap. My plan is to use a divided cup that I 3D printed, and I have used it before, however, not for this technique. For this technique to work, the soap batter needs to remain very fluid, like paint. So I added extra water because I usually have a water discount, which makes my soap batter become thick too fast. I use the stick blender only sparingly to bring the soap batter to emulsion phase. Then I added the fragrance, which is supposed to behave well. This is sea salt and driftwood. It smells a little bit like men's cologne. Inspired by the name of the fragrance, I chose colorants that will reflect that. I have brown to reflect the driftwood, and then the teal color represents the ocean. I also used black and white, but that was mostly for contrast. After pouring the first soap, I realized two things. One is that the soap batter seemed to be a little too thin and the colors were blending together too much. So I decided to wait a couple minutes for it to thicken up slightly. Secondly, I realized that the colors that are in the center of the split cup are the ones that come out first. Eventually all four will come out, but to avoid this, in the second soap, I pour less amounts of soaps in the center and more on the edges. However, I think I overcompensated because initially I only got the first two colors only. So this is something that I think takes a little bit of practice. The third soap was very similar to the first one as far as how the pour went, but you can tell that because it is thicker, there is more distinction between the colors versus the first one is more feathery and they blend together, which I don't think looks bad now that I see it on the screen. What I liked the most about doing this technique was how effortless it was to create a pattern. For example, here, I'm just pouring all of the colors in the center and they're all going in different directions and creating a nice effect without doing anything other than just pouring the soap in the center. Then for variety, I could start pouring from a corner or the other and create different patterns in the soap. So overall, I really enjoyed doing this. So it's been 36 hours later. I had put this on a heating pad to force gel and hopefully avoid soda ash, but I still got some. I'm guessing it's because of the water content. I do like how the subs turned out. I wish the gray was black. I don't. I was going for like a dark gray, but I wanted it to be darker, and it seems to be softer. I should have used more mica, but I didn't want to use black oxide pigment either because that tends to be, it tends to thicken up, and I wanted this to stay fluid. But I was really happy with this technique. It was fun. I was surprised that the fragrance allowed the batter to stay fluid, which some of the reviews said that. However, I wasn't too sure because usually fragrances that smell like cologne tend to accelerate the batter. And this one has a smell of cologne, like men's cologne. It's good. Something that's interesting is that I put my leftovers here, and this one doesn't have soda ash. So maybe in this case, forcing it to go through gel phase caused the soda ash, which sometimes that happens. But I just wanted you to see just in case. In case you want to give this technique a try, I'm going to post a link below where you can find a divided cup similar to the one I made. And I'm going to leave you with some final soap pictures. Thank you for joining me, and I'll see you next time. Bye.